Today we're going to do the intermediate reformer exercises from the classical method on the mat. Now remember, these exercises are normally done on apparatus with springs and straps. You're going to have less support on the mat, so it is a fun challenge, but it is challenging. I'm going to be doing this on the traditional Pilates mat, which does help if you're going to do the short box series, you can use the foot strap. But it's totally okay to do this on a yoga mat without any foot strap. But before we fully dive into this video, I want to say that I understand that finding the motivation to work out at home on your own can be challenging. That's why I'm excited to offer a membership plan designed to help you stay accountable and inspired. As a member, you'll enjoy live online community meetups, weekly curated workout plans, and personal feedback from me directly on your phone, whenever you need it. Click below in the description to join the Contrology Hub today and pick your zone. Experience movement and mindfulness for the modern lifestyle. Let's get started. Come lying down on your mat, and if you have the foot strap on your mat, I want you to pretend that's your foot bar on the reformer. Footwork. Bend your knees into your chest, link your fingers together, and place your hands right at the base of your skull, elbows really wide. Curl your head and chest up off the mat and set your legs up for toes. Heels together, toes apart. First point your feet and then flex back all 10 toes as if they're set up on the foot bar. Reach your legs out to a 45-degree angle. Bend your legs back into your chest. Reach out and bend back in. Keep moving. Maintain that foot shape the whole time as if you're pushing against the foot bar and resisting the springs back in. We're going to go faster 5 times. Reach and resist back and reach and resist. Pulling the abdominals in. Make sure your head stays curled up nice and high. Last one. Bend your legs in. Rest your head down. Take a little break. Arches. Curl your head back up. Elbows wide, legs together. Start by flexing your feet back, and then as if you're curling your toes over the foot bar and your heels underneath. Reach the legs out and bend back in, maintaining that foot shape as you move. Hug your legs tight in towards your midline and stay curled up looking into your center, wide elbows. 5 times faster. And we go reach and a bend and a reach and bend. Lengthen the legs long away as if your center is pushing the carriage back on the reformer. Bend your legs in, rest your head down. Heels. Curl yourself right back up, look into your center, and flex your feet back as if you're placing your heels against the foot bar. Keeping the legs tight together, reach out to that 45-degree angle, and bend back in. Push out through your heels and keep reaching through the heels even when you bend your legs. Remember to stay curled up nice and high and hug those legs tight in towards your midline. 5 times faster. And we go reach and a bend and a reach. What would it feel like if you had springs you were pushing into? Can you resist your springs as you bend back in? And rest your head down. Tendon stretch. Curl yourself back up, look into your belly. You're going to set your feet and legs up like you did for toes. Heels together, toes apart, knees as wide as your shoulders, flexing back just your toes. Reach out to straight legs, and you're going to flex and point 10 times. Reach out through the heels and then lengthen the tops of the feet. Flex and point, and flex and point. Keep it moving. Make sure you're staying curled up nice and high into your center, and the legs only go as low as you can stay into your center and that it doesn't go into your back. Last time, and bend your legs in, rest your head down. The 100. You're going to extend your legs down onto the mat nice and long and hug them together. Reach your arms up to the ceiling and plug your shoulders down into the mat. You're going to lift everything up into the 100. Curl your head up, lower your arms, lift your legs, and pump. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now imagine you're on your reformer. Your hands would be in the straps and pushing forward into the straps to stretch the springs of the reformer. Your abdominals are pulling the carriage back, and your legs reach long forward over your foot bar. Keep your body actively working as if the springs are there supporting you. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then reach your arms and legs in opposite directions to lengthen back down to your mat. Coordination. Bend your elbows into the mat, knees into your chest, curl your head up, and you reach your arms and legs out. Open, close the legs, bend your knees in, and bend the arms. Reach, open, close, bend, and in. Remember, your hands are in straps, so you're resisting the springs back. Push forward into the springs and resist them back. Last time. And bend it in. Rest your head down. The long box series. You're going to flip over onto your belly, and we're going to start with Swan. With your legs together behind you, place your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows close into your sides. Hug your heels towards each other and lengthen your tailbone down towards your heels so you can lift your belly button up off the mat and grow forward out the top of your head. Lightly pushing into your hands, lengthen forward to lift the head and chest up off the mat into your Swan. And then lengthen back down into your mat. Start from your center. Tighten the abdominals in, lengthen your spine to lift up, shoulders down your back, and lower into the mat. One more time, keeping the legs tight together and lower it down. Now we're going to reach your arms out into a V shape, reaching to the corners of the mat. Make sure your shoulders are drawn down your back, your neck is still long, and lift from your center to lift the head, chest, and arms off the mat. And lower it down. Go through a little checklist. Hug your legs together tightly behind you, lengthen them long back, pull the abdominals forward and out your head to initiate the up movement. And lengthen forward to lower back down. Grow in two directions. Find a two-way stretch to lift up and lengthen back down. Push yourself back into a quick rest pose, round your back, and then come forward again for pull straps. Reach your arms forward in front of you as wide as your shoulders with your palms facing in towards each other. Hug your legs together, pull your abdominals in and lengthen your spine long. Drag your elbows back on the mat as you lift your chest up and then extend your arms back next to your hips. Bend your arms, extend them forward again and lower your chest. And drag the arms back to lift the chest up, open your collarbones wide and bend the arms and lengthen forward to lower. As you reach back, hug your arms in towards your sides and keep your shoulders on your back as your arms reach forward. Let's do two more. Lift your chest and open out your collarbones and lengthen long forward. Pulling the abdominals in and up to lift your chest and lower back down. T-straps. Reach your arms out to the side into a T shape. Then lift your arms off the ground to the height of your shoulders and draw your shoulders down your back away from your ears. Pulling the abdominals in and up, grow forward out the top of your head to lift your chest and pull your arms all the way back to your hips. The arms will then return to the T shape as you lower your head and chest back down. Pull back with the arms, hug them into your sides to lift the chest, collarbones wide, and return. Find a two-way stretch in your body. The legs are actively reaching long back on the mat, and the abdominals are pulling in and up your spine to the top of your head. Two more times. Lengthen long to lower, and lift from your center to lift the chest up. Arms return to the T, and lower it down. Push back to that rest pose quickly. Round your back. And then you'll turn around for backstroke. Lie on your back and bend your knees into your chest. You're going to make fists above your chest with your knuckles pressed into each other. Curl your head up so your fists will end up just above your forehead. Inhale, reach your arms and your legs straight up to the ceiling. Long fingers now. Open into a V shape. Circle the arms and legs down to a low diagonal. Work to curl up a little higher and then exhale, bend in, trying to stay curled up high. Inhale, up, open, circle forward, pull the belly in to curl higher. Exhale as you bend back in. Okay, inhale, up, open, circle forward, deepen the belly down as the fingertips reach up, and exhale to bend in. Reverse, inhale to reach forward, open the arms and legs, circle up to the ceiling, and exhale as you bend back in. Inhale, reach, open, circle up to the ceiling, curl higher as you exhale to come in. Inhale, reach, open, circle up, exhale, bend in and lift that head high, and then rest it down. Teaser. Extend your legs down onto the mat nice and long and hug them together tight. With your palms up to the ceiling, circle your arms back overhead. Circle the arms back to the hips, reach forward with your arms and legs, pull the belly in to roll up into your teaser. Lower and lift your arms 3 times. Pretend your hands are in the straps, reaching into the springs. As your arms reach forward into the springs, your belly pulls back away from them. And then pull back with the abdominals and lengthen back into your mat, arms circle overhead. Again, circle the arms around, roll up into your teaser, and you circle your arms up and around, and up and around, pulling the belly in as you lift your arms, reverse, down and around. And down, around. Keep growing out the top of your head and out your toes. And roll back into the mat. Circle the arms back to your head. And we go one more time. Circle to the hips. Roll up. Find your teaser. Leg circles. Up, open, and around. 3 each direction. Now the trick in this one is to not let your torso go up and down with the legs. Keep your torso in exactly the same place as the legs circle around. Reach forward with the arms. Reach forward with your legs and pull back with your belly to roll all the way down into your mat. The long stretch series. Bend your knees into your chest, rock yourself up to sit. And you're going to swing your legs around to the back. Remember, we're using the side with the strap as our foot bar side. So you're going to set up for your long stretch in a plank as if your hands are on your foot bar. Heels together tight, toes a little bit apart. Find a long line in your plank. You're going to rock your weight back through your heels and then grow forward through the top of your head. Rock back and then grow forward 3 more times. As you're going back, you're trying to resist with your abdominals. So pull your abdominals forward and reach out the top of your head even on the way back. And then lower your knees down for down stretch. With your feet and knees as wide as your hips, tuck your toes underneath really well and press your heels back as if they're into the shoulder blocks. Press your hands into the mat and reach out your tailbone. And then rock your hips forward and down into the stretch. So there's a stretch up the front of your thighs, up your abdominals, lift your chest and open your collarbones wide. And then push back with your arms and sit back on the legs again. Rock forward. Lengthen your tailbone down into the backs of your knees and zip the abdominals up the front. Push back. 3 more times. It's very easy to arch and dump in your back here, so I want you to work to find a long lower back. As you rock forward in the back extension, it almost feels like you're tucking your tailbone underneath in order to find that space in the front of the hips and in your sides. Big space between your hips and your ribs. And push back. Up stretch. You're going to lift your knees up off the mat, keeping your toes into the mat and your heels high. Round your back so your tailbone points down to your heels and your head hangs. And then pull abdominals in and lengthen forward into a plank, but keep your head tucked in. And then lift your hips and lift your abdominals to push back, keeping that round shape in your spine. And then lengthen forward, lowering your hips into the plank. Lift the hips to push back. 3 more times. Imagine your feet are pushing your carriage backwards as your abdominals are pulling forwards to your head. There's an active 2-way stretch in your body, pulling in 2 directions. And lift from your center. Stay round. Last time. Lift the hips, rock it back. Elephant. You're going to step your feet forward a little bit and press your heels down into the mat and try to lift all 10 toes up off the mat. Take 10 walks to walk your feet to your hands. And you walk in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way next to the hands. 9 and 10. 10 walks back. Try to step your heel down first every time. Toes up. Heel, heel, heel. Good. Keep going. Lift the abdominals up. Remember, we've still got a round back, so you're trying to point your tailbone down into your heels. And go again. Walk it forwards. Heel, heel, heel. You have to lift your abdominals up in order to make space for your legs to fit underneath you. All the way to the hands, and then walk it back. Drop your head down, lift your abdominals up, and press the heels down, trying to lift all 10 toes up off the mat. We're going to do that again, one more time. And walking in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Get there. 1. Drop your head, lift your abdominals and walk it back. Heel, heel, lift the toes up. Rounding your back, pointing your tailbone down to your heels, belly button up into your lower back. One-legged elephant. Extend one leg back behind you, lifting the back of the thigh to the ceiling, keeping your hips square, and then pull that leg back underneath you. Change sides. Lift the abdominals to draw that leg back in. Keep alternating legs. And remember, you're lifting your leg only as high as you can. Keep your hips square. One more time each side. Draw the leg back in. Last one. And lift the abdominals to suck the leg back underneath you and lower your knees to the mat. Give your wrists a little circle if they need to, and then we'll turn around for long back stretch. Take your arms behind you and turn your fingers in towards your hips. Press the palms of your hands down into the mat with your feet parallel, hip distance apart. Lift your hips up into a sort of table position. Open your collarbones wide and bend your elbows and stretch. Bend and stretch. Pulling the abdominals in and up, grow out the top of your head with your gaze straight forward. Last one, lift up, open your collarbones, grow tall out your head, and rest it down. Turn around for the stomach massage series. We're going to set up for round back first. Place your fingertips on the mat just in front of your hips, and then round your spine into a C-curve. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Lift your legs up, and you're going to set your feet up like you did for toes, as if your toes are on the foot bar. Looking into your belly, extend your legs long forward into a high diagonal. Flex your feet. Point the feet and bend back in. And reach out, flex, point, and bend back in. As the legs extend forward, pull back with your belly to keep that round shape in your spine. At the same time, don't let gravity pull you down. Lift up in your waist. Make space in that C-curve. And rest your feet down. Tall back. You're going to circle your arms up to the ceiling and all the way back behind you until you can place the palms of your hands down on the mat, fingers facing backwards. Then set your legs up on your imaginary foot bar. Your tailbone is tucked underneath you, but you're growing out the top of your head. Reach your legs out to that high diagonal and pull back with your abdominals. Flex your feet, point your feet, and bend back in. Reach, flex, point, and bend it in. Keep it moving, pulling the abdominals away from your toes to lift and find space in your lower back. Last one, flex, point, and bend it in. Rest your legs down. Put your hands on your shin bones for a moment and really pull your lower back up. Make sure you've got a lot of space in that lower back. The reach up. Place your fingertips on the mat for a moment to really tuck your tailbone underneath and set your legs up on your imaginary foot bar. Then reach your arms up on a diagonal. Extend the legs out and bend back in. As the legs reach forward, pull back with your abdominals. Just one more time. And then we add the twist. So as you reach out, you twist the upper body and come back. Change sides. Twist and come back. Lengthen the legs and grow out the top of your head, keeping the tuck of your tailbone underneath you. One more time each side. And then you can bend back in, rest it down. Stretch your legs out, flex your feet back, grab the balls of your feet with your fingers and drop your head down to your knees. Bend your elbows out to the side as you pull those toes back, but lift your abdominals up off your thighs. Well done. That was a tough one. Let's do the short box series now. So if you have the foot strap, put the foot strap over your feet, flex your feet, and open out as wide as you can. If you don't have the strap, you're going to open your legs out hip distance apart, flex your feet back, and dig your heels down into your mat. Round back. Wrap your arms around your waist and round your spine into a C-curve shape. Round back into the mat behind you. and rock your C-curve forward again until your shoulders are over your hips, and then go back again. Now, you only want to go back as far as you can keep your legs still. So if you have the foot strap, your range of motion can be bigger. You can actually go and get that lower back down into the mat. It's going to be more challenging without your strap, so your range of motion will have to stay smaller. Whichever version you are doing, I want you to work for space in your lower back. Push your heels down, push your seat down in the mat to pull the abdominals in and up to lengthen the lower back in the C-curve shape. Tall back. Link your fingers and place your hands behind the base of your skull, elbows wide. Push your seat and your heels down in the mat to lift your lower back up tall, and then tip your tall back backwards into a diagonal, and then lift your waist to come forwards again. And lift to go back, and lift to come forwards. Pressing the heels down, making sure your legs don't shorten back in towards you if you don't have that strap. Keep the heels where they are. Press the legs down into your mat. Even use your hands to help pull your whole spine up out of your pelvis. Side to side. Lift your back up tall again, and this time lean forward, shoulders ahead of hips, and then reach both your sides over to the right, keeping your sit bones down. And then change sides. Lean over to the left, lifting your waist as you lean. Alternate sides. The trick is to keep both your sit bones down, so press the legs down in the mat to lift your waist up. And remember, you're leaning slightly forward, shoulders ahead of the hips the whole time. Twist and reach. Sit back up so your shoulders are over your hips. Your feet are flexed. If you've got the foot strap, you're pushing out into your foot strap, and then you twist around to the right, and then tip back onto that diagonal angle. Lift your waist back up and come to the center. Other side. Twist, reach back, lift your abdominals to lift your spine back up, and center. Alternate sides. Twist, reach, press your legs down in the mat to lift your waist up to return. Make sure your hips aren't twisting with you. Your legs stay still, and the twist is coming from your rib cage. Your elbows stay wide, and your hands are helping to pull your head and neck up out of the shoulders. Last one, and rest your arms down. Tree. Bring your legs all the way together. Wiggle back if you've got the foot strap to get tension on the strap again. Keep one foot flexed under the strap, pull the other leg out and hug your knee in towards your chest. Glue that knee to your chest and then lift your back up tall, shoulders over hips. Extend that bent leg up and bend back in. As you stretch the leg, don't let your knee drop. Keep hugging that leg in towards your chest. And bend. On this next one, stretch it up and stay up there. Walk your hands up to your ankle, flex your foot, point your foot, and then relax your foot. Round your spine into a C-curve, opening your elbows out to the sides, and then rock backwards until your leg is reaching straight up to the ceiling like a tree. Walk down your tree for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the belly down into the mat and climb back up your tree. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hang from your tree. Let your belly pull back towards the mat and walk back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 walks to climb back up. Now I want you to make sure that you're keeping your hips square. So you're going to do this one more time, and as you walk down, I want you to feel the back of the leg really pushing forward into your hands and your belly pulling back. Same thing on the way up. Push the back of the leg forward into the hands and pull the belly back. Flex that top foot back, and I want you to wrap your hands around the ball of your foot. Still pulling your belly away from that top thigh. Rock your weight forward and sit tall again. Switch legs. The bottom foot will be flexed either underneath the foot strap or just into the mat. Hug your other knee into your chest and sit up really tall, already working for square hips and space in your lower back. Stretch and bend your leg 3 times. Trying to keep that knee in towards your chest, bend your elbows out to the side. And on the third one, you stay up there. Walk up to your ankle, flex your foot, point your foot, and then relax the foot. Round into a C-curve shape, bending your elbows out to the side, and rock back, find your tree. 4 walks down the tree. Working for your square hips, Pull back with your belly and climb back up your tree. Make sure that tree stays still, always straight up to the ceiling, and you're actively reaching the back of the leg forward into your fingers to keep your square hips, pulling back with your belly away from your thigh. Make space between the belly and your thigh. One more time. Round back into your mat. Round back up. You'll flex your top foot, wrap your hands around the ball of your foot, rock your weight forward and lift from your waist to find your tall back again. And lower your leg down. Short spine. If you have any neck issues, I want you to just leave this exercise out. Skip to the next one. Lie down on your back, and you're going to bend your knees into your chest, pressing your shoulders and your hands down into the mat. Pretend you're setting your feet up into your straps, heels together, toes apart, knees as wide as your shoulders. Reach your legs out to a high diagonal. Lift your hips up and take those legs overhead into a diagonal behind you. Bend your knees in towards your ears and your feet as close to your seat as you can get them. And then start rolling down through your spine, leaving your feet behind. When you can't go any further, bend the knees and continue to roll all the way back down into the mat. Reach the legs out, lift your hips up, lengthen out your toes. Bend your knees into your ears. Roll through your spine, feel your tailbone pulling away from your heel, stretching the backs of the legs, and then bend your knees to continue rolling through your spine into the mat, tailbone down. And reach it out. Lift from your center to lift those hips up, hips over shoulders to finish. Bend the legs. Roll through your spine, lengthening both your spine and your legs, growing out your head. And bend the legs back down. Keep it moving. I want those arms to remain active. You're pushing your shoulders into the mat, pushing your hands down into the mat, actively reaching your arms down the length of the mat as you grow out your head in opposition. Bend in. We're going to do this one more time. Press down with the arms long at your sides and lift your hips up as if you're sitting on the ceiling. Bend your knees. Roll it down, enjoy the stretch, keeping your shoulders in the mat, long neck, and bend it in to finish. Semicircle. Place your feet down on the mat. You're going to walk your feet a little bit away from your seat with your heels together and your toes apart. Push your toes down in the mat and lift your heels up, really pressing the heels into each other. Your arms are long at your sides. Collarbones are open and your chin's out of your chest. Then tuck your tailbone underneath and roll up till you make a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Roll back down through your spine into the mat, lengthening your tailbone a little closer to your heels and just barely tipping the tailbone into the mat to finish. And then roll back up. Curl the tailbone underneath, pull the abdominals in, and find that stretch across the tops of your thighs. Keeping your heels high, roll back through your spine, pointing the tailbone up, rolling through the spine, lengthen your lower back long forward towards your heels as you tip your tailbone down. Again, roll back up. Keep the back of your body active. Use your mat. Press down into the mat to find the lift in your tailbone. And then stretch your spine long down into the mat. We're working for space in your lower back. Always. Lots of space between your ribs and your hips. Roll back into the mat, lengthening the top of your head away from your tailbone. And then lower your heels down onto the mat. Frogs and circles. I want you to bend your knees in towards your chest. We're going to pretend we're setting your feet up in your straps. So your heels will be together, your toes will be apart, your knees as wide as your shoulders. Link your fingers, place them behind the base of your skull, curl up high with wide elbows, look into your belly. Reach your legs forward into the high diagonal and bend back in. Reach it out and pretend you're resisting your reformer springs in. It's almost like you're swimming through mud. Push into the mud and pull the legs back, making sure you stay curled up with your head, look all the way into your belly. Stay out there and draw circles. 5, 4, 3, your legs only go as low as you can keep your center engaged, and then reverse. 5, 4, the lower the legs go, the more you pull your belly in. 2, and 1. Bend your legs back in, rest your head down. Knee stretches. Rock yourself up to sit, swing your legs around to the back, and you're going to set yourself up in a plank position where you're pretending your hands are on the foot bar. Set your feet up parallel, hip distance apart. Find your plank, but curl your head in and look into your belly. Kick your right knee in towards your chest and then place it back in the plank. Left leg and back, and alternate in and back and in. Keep it moving. Now I want you to make sure you don't lift your hips. Keep your hips committed down into the plank and rest your knees down. We're going to do it again. This time we're going to go faster 20 times. So come forward and set yourself up in your plank again, feet parallel, hip distance apart, and make sure you tuck your head in, zip your abdominals in and up, and we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good job. Push back onto your knees. Running. Turn yourself around, lie on your back. Bend your knees into your chest and take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Curl up and look into your belly, keeping the elbows open. Extend your legs forward, and you're going to keep the balls of your feet connected. Flex one foot and bend the other knee, and switch. And switch. Keep moving. Let's go a little faster. Switch and switch and switch and switch. Keep going. Stay curled up into your center and really reach out the heel of the stretched leg. And then bend your knees into your chest. Rest your head down. Pelvic lift. Place your feet on the mat, parallel hip distance apart, and this time walk your feet in close to your seat. Arms pressed at your sides. Collarbones open wide, chin out of your chest, curl the tailbone underneath, roll up till you make a straight line from your knees to your shoulders, and then roll back into the mat. And roll yourself right back up, peeling your spine off the mat. And roll back down, one vertebra into the mat at a time, tailbone last. Keep moving. Now I want you to pay attention to your feet and your knees as you roll up and down. You want to make sure that you keep the weight centered in your feet, so you feel the big toe knuckles are still down into the mat, no rolling to your little toes. It's going to mean you have to actively hug with your inner thighs to keep your knees as wide as your hips. Roll back down into the mat, and let's do front splits. Rock yourself up to sit, swing your legs behind you, and come kneeling up on both knees. Lift your back up tall to start, and step your right foot forward. With your hands on your hips, let's square your hips off. So lower your right hip down and lift your left hip point up. Release, and do it again. Down with the right hip, up with the left hip point, and release. This time, lower the right hip and stay square. Rock your weight forward, place your fingertips down onto the mat, and make sure you walk your front foot forward until your knee is over your ankle. Work for your square hips. Pull the right hip down, and then release it. And again, right hip down, pull the left hip point up, and release it. And this time, square the hips off, hold the square hips, and then pull both your hips back to straighten the front leg as straight as you can get it, keeping a long lower back. And then rock your weight forward again, bend the front leg. Pull both hips back, and lengthen your spine long forward, grow out the top of your head. Bend the front leg, pull the hips forward, commit into the stretch, feel the stretch up the front of the left thigh. Keep it moving. Take a look at that front leg, make sure you're keeping your weight centered in the foot, no rolling to your little toes. And pull your abdominals up away from the front thigh, but keep your lower back long and lengthened. Let's go one more time. Rock it back. Point your tailbone back, grow forward out the top of your head. and rock it forward. Take your hands up onto your knee to find your balance. Lift your chest. Extend your fingers out opposite your shoulders. Lift your waist to lift your arms and your chest up to the ceiling. Grow tall, keeping the hips in the stretch. Reach forward with the arms and down to the mat. Change legs. So up onto 2 knees to start, and then step the left leg forward. Hands on your hips, square your hips off. So the left hip goes down, the right hip point up, and release. And again, square the hips off, lifting from your waist. And again. Tailbone going down, 2. Zip the abdominals up. And take your weight forward onto your hands. Make sure you have knee over ankle. Work for your square hips here too. So pull the left hip back and then release it. And again, work for your square hips, but keep your hips pushing forward into the stretch at the same time. And this third time, square your hips, push your hips forward, and let's go. Rock it back. Keep your long lower back as you try to straighten your leg. And bend back in. Feel a stretch in the front of the thigh. And rock back. Your leg only goes as straight as you can. Keep your back long. Pay attention to your front foot. Make sure there's no rolling to your little toes. And try to go deeper in your stretch on each repetition. Lengthen and grow long. And then lift the abdominals as you press your hips into the stretch. One more time. Pull back. And push the hips forward, lift your waist up. You're going to put your hands on top of your knee to lift your back up tall. Extend your arms out opposite your shoulders. Keep your hips down, but lift your waist to lift your arms and your chest up to the ceiling. Lift and lengthen forward with your arms to lower back down to the mat. Congratulations on completing your reformer workout. I hope you had fun today, and let me know which was your favorite exercise. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so we can keep working out together. I'll see you next time.